nerding out about right now?
I am nerding out about My Hero Academia Season 7. It has been fantastic. It's not over yet. It's still airing, but oh man, it has been so good. It keeps jumping around to different timeline, or not timeline, different points of reference, different character perspectives, and it's basically, I mean, it is the finale. I'm pretty sure they said this is the final season, and yeah, it has been amazing, just simply amazing.
I'm still in season 2. I need to get caught up.
Get good.
Yeah, I'm watching it with my daughter, so I have to wait on her.
Do you watch much anime, Travis?
I don't watch a ton, but I do appreciate a good amount of it. I've seen bits and clips of My Hero Academia, but I haven't like sat down and watched a lot of it. Time for me to watch things just for fun, it's limited. So I don't tend to I love good anime. There's a lot. To give you an idea, the last one I was really watching regularly was a few years ago. I went back and started a rewatch of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a great one.
Real good. Real good. Well, especially the first 2 seasons.
Yeah. Yep.
What did you say the name was? Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
Okay.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Thank you. I just want to look it up and check it out. So what are you nerding out about?
It's one that you should watch, Charles. It's a good one.
Yeah.
That's what you say about every anime.
It's true.
Every anime.
Just don't watch the live action Yu Yu Hakusho. It's not good.
What do you think?
Although you did watch the live action.
Not of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes, you did. You talked about it on the show.
No, it's the Acme.
No, you watched the Yu Yu Hakusho one.
Is that what I watched? I actually kind of liked it, although it was a little weird. Is that when the bad guy gets like super buff at the end?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't understand a lot, and they left some things to be desired story-wise.
Well, that's because they took 2 seasons and mashed it into like 5 episodes.
Well,
Yeah,
that's how
rough.
good it wasn't. I mean, I didn't hate it. I kind of, when you reminded me, like, oh, I kind of enjoyed that, but I didn't remember watching it at all. So I got you. Okay. What about you, Travis? What are you nerding out about?
Lately, I've been nerding out about game Nightingale. It's kind of an open world survival game, but it's all set in a steampunk world with the Fey realms, and it's still in early access, but they've been doing a ton of work on it, and so I've been nerding out about that as they're like constantly revamping and adding new stuff to it. And then I did because I had time on the plane, actually start watching something new. I loved Guy Ritchie's The Gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I started watching the series, and it's really good.
Series too.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm loving it. I think there's 8 episodes. I think I'm on episode 5. And I need to get back to it because I need to restart episode 5 because I was falling asleep, but it wasn't because of the show. I'd stayed up too late. But yeah, I've been nerding out about that. I love Guy Ritchie and like those movies anyway. So when I saw he was doing a series out of The Gentlemen, which I didn't see right away, I didn't see that until just a few months ago. I loved it. So that's the big one I've been nerding out about. Plus, having just been in Scotland and Ireland and England like a month and a half ago, it's kind of fresh in my brain.
You do though. You really have to like Guy Ritchie to like The Gentleman, because it's very Guy Ritchie pacing, which in an hour and a half movie is really good. He gives you a lot of crazy, and then lets you breathe for a second, then gives you a lot of crazy. Every episode is like that for me. Yeah. Which I loved it. I did enjoy The Gentleman, but I could say it's probably not for everybody because it had that formula to it, and it's because it's not a standard up and down. It is just here's a little breathe, here's a little crazy, here's a little breathe, here's something you're going to hear about later. Don't worry about it, you know. But yeah, I'm glad you're watching that. That was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I have been just recovering from Dragon Con here, and to talk about the games I'm digging and playing. But what I'm actually going to talk about is my buddy Hugh. Hughes, who sometimes he comes out and watches the show with us here live. Couldn't be bothered tonight. Thanks, Hugh, for nothing.
And he gets real talkative when he imbibes some beverages.
He drinks. It's fake. I'll be honest, because everybody gives him grief at my house, and they shouldn't, because he's on vacation. And when he's on vacation, he's in drink mode. Now, he does have a rule for whatever reason, because when I'm on vacation, I do not have this rule, but he doesn't drink before 5. But every kid at some, like 8 or 9, as they hit that age around him, they start giving him grief about being an alcoholic, and we give him full permission to get him, just shred him. And he has a very sharp Yankee wit, and he shreds them. It's great. But yeah, Joe. I imagine you had some very interesting conversations on the way back home from Dragon Con each night.
Yep. He's a talker.
But something I forget we do, because we've known each other since I started podcasting basically 20 years ago, and he became part of the family. I mean, he does. All the kids look forward to him coming. He's like an uncle. At some point, when he sells the business that him and his brother run, he's going to move down here and essentially retire and blah blah. He's been on a few vacations with us, and we just have the same sense of humor to a certain level. And just like naturally yesterday, I don't remember what we're talking about, but he said something that he's a Yankee. He likes to complain. He does it a lot. But whatever he's about to complain on, I just leaned into that Southern stereotypical be a man and suck it up. So I started giving the be a man speech, but he didn't stop complaining. So we were yelling at each other, doing 2 different bits at the same time until we just end it. And everybody was just cracking up. My wife's like, I don't know why you don't record this. It's like, because we hate each other when we record, number one.
Yeah, you fired him live on air.
I did. That's a whole nother story. But you don't think about it. We just go into it. And that's why when he was at Dragon Con for a few years before my wife started coming, I would let him stay in my room. And so every night after the con, we would absolutely pull up something and record and just get those kind of conversations that I'm sure you had in the car with him, Joe, except we would do bits, and it's a lot of fun. He's like the Wish Phil Keating, and that's all right. I enjoy it. So that is
Howie Mandel. Wish Howie Mandel.
Yeah, you know what? That's also fair, I guess. That is also fair.